Now, if we'll talk about the history of our language, so you see who have developed the R language. So R was developed by Rose Ihaka and Robert Gentleman in the University of Auckland, New Zealand. So uh, from the University of Auckland, these two developer have developed the R language. This programming language name is taken from the name of both the developer. Now there is the developer name Rose and Robert. So they have taken the name R from that initials of the developers. The first project was considered in 1992. The initial version was released in 1995. And in 2000, a stable beta version has been released. So see, the stable version has been released here in 2000, and it was considered as a project once it has been developed in 1992. The latest version of R right now we have is the version 4.2.0. It is recently released in 22nd of April 2022. And that is the latest version that we have related to R. Now, let's go into the history based on their work, right? So in 1991, that R has been created in New Zealand by Ihaka and Robert. It is influenced by R developer by John Cambridge at Bell Labs. So John Cambers, who have developed the S language. So this R language has been what we can say inspired by this particular S language, and that is developed by John Cambridge in Bell Labs. Now in 1995, Martin McClure convinced Rose and Robert to use the GNU General Public License to make R as a free software. Now, R is a free software now because of that particular person, Martin McClure. He has convinced Rose and Robert to make that particular R as a free software and work and put under GNU. In 1997, the R core group is formed, and the core group control the source code of R. So in 1997, the core group has been formed. The responsibility of those core groups are to manage the source code of R, and accordingly, they have to update, they have to modify, as well as they have to add different packages into R, so that it will be comfortable or compatible with those packages or those updation. In 2013, R version 3.0.2 was released in December. So this is the date when the third version has been released. In 2006, the version 3.4 was released. In again, if we'll talk about 1991, 1993, the first announcement of R is in public. 1995, 1996, the public mailing list is created. 1997 and 2000 release. So in 2000, they have released the first version of it, and then there is a third version, and then there is some other version 3.2 and 3.3 were released, and at last 3.4, and now in 2022 we have the version 4.2.0. So this is the version that we have right now, that is released in April 2022.